Python data types and variables. Python data types and variables. Every organization use case, has got data and operations, Every organization use case has got data and operations. Data represented using data types and variables. Data by using data types and variables. Operations using functions. Understand here? Data by using data types and variables. Operations using functions. Every organization use case has got data and operations. Data represented using data types and variables. Operations using functions. For example, any organization. Take the example of a bank. Bank has got data and operations. Data like a customer data, like customer name, account number, balance, branch, and operations like deposit operation, transfer operations, withdraw operations. Data represented using the data types and variables, operations using functions. Understand? To make you understand much better on this, just observe this example. So if you are comparing with C or C++ or Java, if I am comparing with C, C++ or Java, compared with Python, Python supports dynamic data types. So before that, in other programming languages like C, C++ or Java, if you want to define a variable like x equal to 10, compulsory you need to define this data type. Without this data type defining, there is no variable. You cannot define this variable x. Similarly, y equal to 4.5. Compulsorily, I need to say float y. Z equal to, I need to say string z. So x, y, and z. Without this data type defining, I cannot create the variable x, y, and z. But in Python, directly I can say x has 10, no need to define the data types. Directly I can say y has 4.5. Directly I can say z equal to hello. No need to define the data types here in Python. But observe here, what kind of variable x is? Means based upon the data type. Here you given integer, right? So it is integer variable getting created. What kind of variable y is means based on this data type defining, So here it is float, so a float variable created. Z equal to hello. What data type you have defined? String. So based upon the data type, defined, the variables are created in other programming. So compulsory the data type defining compulsory in other program. We are saying based on that data type defining. But here you are not defining any data type, right? You're not defining any data type here. There is no data type here, X, Y, and Z. There is no data type here. Without this data type, there is no data type X, Y. What kind of variable X is means what value you have assigned to it. If you have assigned an integer value, integer variable created. If you're assigning integer value, integer variable created. Type of X is what type? integer type. Why it is integer? Because see, in Python there is a function called type to know the type of a variable x, as what value you have assigned to, what value you have assigned to x. If you're assigning a integer value, then integer variable created here. If you're assigning a float value, then float variable created here. Type of y. Type of y is what type? Float type. Why it is float? You assigned a float value to it. That's why float variable created. Even if you want to know it, type of y you say, it will say float. Why it is float? Because you assigned a float value. Type of z. Type of z. String type. Understand here? Type of a variable. Type of x is integer. Type of y is float. Type of z is string. Based upon what value, what,
Example,
yes, yes.
sorry, Sagar. If example x equals to 10.5, I can call it it's a float.
Example.
Example x equals to 10, right? Current value.
Hmm,
If x equals to 10.5,
hmm.
then I can call type x is a float
Yes,
when it was
yes, yes.
10.5. Okay.
Anything in decimals, you can say it as float. So here explicitly, you no need to define float x, float y, int x, string z. No need to define the data types I'm saying here. Based upon what value you are assigning, based on the value assigned, the variables are created dynamically. That's why we say dynamic data types. If you're assigning a float value, float variable created. If you're assigning a string, string variable created. If you're assigning an integer, integer variable created. That is what dynamic data types. To make you understand much better, I will be discussing 4 cases. Now observe these 4 cases now. Case 1. Whenever you say x equal to 10 in Python, whenever you say x equal to 10, you need to know what happens internally within the memory. Whenever you say x equal to 10, means internally an object is created. Internally, one object with value 10, an object with value 10 gets created. It is going to have some memory address location. It is going to have some memory address where exactly it is stored in the memory. That address is returned to x. What x is storing? What x is storing? Don't say x stores 10. No. X stores the address. X stores the address. Here, three things you need to understand. Three things you need to understand. Print x, if you say print x, it goes to this address, it goes to this address and prints whatever there at that address. It prints whatever present at that address, that is 10. So print x means prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address. Means it will print a 10, prints the content of x. Prints the content of x. Print id of x. Observe print id of x. Anytime if you want to know the address where exactly it is stored, prints the address of x. What is the address of x? 103070. Type of x. Type of x. If you want to know what data type it is. What is the data type? What value assigned to x? If assigned an integer value, then integer variable created. Prints the address of x. Sorry. Prints the type of x. Data type of x. Data type of x. What is the data type? Integer type. So for printing the content, printing the address, and printing the data type of x. So print x prints the content. ID of x prints the address. Type of x prints the data type of x. These three things you need to understand printing. Now observe this case 2 now. Observe this case 2. Yes. X is 10, Y is 20. X value is 10, Y is 20. Now from here onwards, everyone, unmute yourself and try to give your responses. I want the sessions to be more interactive. Now, everyone, try to respond. How many objects will be created here?
2 objects.
Yeah, 2 objects will be created. For 10, one object with value 10. For 20, one more object with value 20. Yes. This 10 will have its address. Will be stored in so and so memory address. This is stored at so and so. This address will be given to X. This address will be given to Y. Now try to respond. What is print X? Everyone.
10.
Yeah, print X means 10. It goes to this address and prints whatever content. Just print X means content of X 10. Anytime if you want to print the address of X, yes.
103070.
Yes, 103070. Print the type, data type of X,
Integer.
integer. Print Y. Yes,
20.
everyone. 20. Address of Y.
104080.
104080. Type of Y.
Int.
Type or data type?
Type, we'll say type only, but it will print the data type. What it is?
So yeah, suppose if if I also having a 10 value, so both will hold the same address.
Case 3, that is.
Sorry.
That is case 3 I'll be discussing.
Okay.
This
If
case,
I change
yes,
the data type of Y, suppose 10, so both are 10 only, but Y I changed as a string. Okay, or maybe the float or something. So
okay,
it will hold the
why you
same
are trying,
address.
why you are changing to 20.5?
No, only 20 only, but I'm changing it to string. I'm to casting as a string, suppose.
Typecasting.
You want to typecast, okay.
Yeah.
So you want to convert it to, okay. Float, as you can say, float, one more object will be created. For example, you are changing to 20.0. So typecasting 20.0, one new object with value 20.0 will be created. It is going to have some different address. That address taken by Y. Previously, Y was pointing to 20, now Y is pointing to float value. This one will be removed. 20 will be removed.
Okay.
Why? Because this cannot store two values or two variables. It cannot store two values or two variables. Now observe this case 3. X value is 10, Y is 10. How many objects will be created? Whenever you define two values in Python like this, X equal to 10, Y equal to 10, what happens? How many objects will be created?
2 objects.
One.
2 or 1?
One.
2 objects.
Observe carefully here. One object will be created. First, for x equal 10, one object created with value 10 with some address. Before creating object for y, first it checks any object with value 10 if it is already available in the memory, then the same address will be given to y. I mean, if x is 10, y is 10, z is 10, don't think 3 objects with 10, 10, 10 will be created in the memory. No. If the same values 10, 10, 10, only one object, only one address. For example, if x value is 10, if y is 20, if z is 30, in such case, how many objects will be created?
3 objects.
3 objects. If the values are same, one object. If the values are different, multiple objects will be created. If 10, 20, 30, if depending upon the values. If 3 values, 3 objects. If only same 1, 10, 10, 10, only one object. Means here can I say x, y, and z, they are sharing the same content 10 and they are sharing the same address.
Okay, so now let's say if I wanted to do some arithmetic operation on x 10 plus 20, then x value will become 30, right? So will the x be now pointed to another memory location
So,
after
okay,
getting its value updated to 30?
for example, w equal to x plus y. You are saying w equal to x plus y.
No, not w is equal to x plus y. Instead, I'm saying x is equal to x plus 20.
X equal to x plus 20. Means what is that? It
So
value,
it-
it value
30.
will be 30. A new object value 30 will be created with some new address. That address is given to x. Now x is made to point to the new object 30. Now x won't point to this. X won't point to this. Now x
Okay.
will
Yeah.
point to 30. The latest x value is 30. If we say print x, will point to 30. Right. Now here observe, here x, y, and z, they're pointing to the same object 10, they're pointing to the same address. I can say like print x value, print y value, print z value. What is that? 10. Even the address of x, address of y, address of z. What's the address of x, address of y, address of z? 103070, 103070. Address of x, address of y, address of z. Address of x, address of y, address of z. 103070. Right. Okay. This what? Case 3. Case 4 you observe. X is 10, x is 20. First, I define x value is 10. Later, I modified x to 20. For 10, one object with some address. For 20, one object with some address. Up here, it's fine. Now, if I say print x, what is the x value it prints?
20.
20. It always prints the latest value. You want to see the address where exactly it is stored in the memory? 104080.
So that previous 10 will be going into garbage collector.
Yes. So here X can store only one value, X can store only one address. So before creating that X equal to 20, before creating X equal to 20, this will be removed. First, we should remove this and creates a new value 20 with some address. So this will be removed from that memory. Who removes? Garbage collector removes. Later I will be discussing about the garbage collector, but here X is 10, X is 20, always X takes the latest value. Yes, understood these four cases, everyone. Any queries in this? In the first one, X equal to 10, one object with value 10 with some address. Print X means content 10. ID of X, the address, where is this stored? Type of X, data type. What value was assigned to X? Integer value assigned means integer variable. Case 2. Two different variables, X and Y, with two different values, 10 and 20. Two different objects with two different addresses. Case 3. 10, 10, 10. X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. Only one object with value 10 with only one address. Yes. Case 4. If you say X equal to 10, next if you say X equal to 20, always the latest X will be considered. The previous X will be removed. Print X means 20. Address of X means where exactly it is stored in the memory. Type of X means integer type. Right? Okay. Now, data types in Python. Data types mainly are of two types. Data types mainly are of two types.
Primitive, non-primitive.
So we can say in simple way like fundamental data types, action data types. In a simple way, I will define fundamental data types means objects holding a single value, objects holding a single value. Objects holding single value. Example, X equal to 10. One object with value 10 is created with some address. The address given to X. Means here object is holding single value, object holding a single value. Collection object holding group of values. Object holding single value, fundamental data type. Object holding a group of values, collection of values, set of values. Example, X equal to a square bracket 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Object holding multiple values, group of values, set of values. So here this is an object. It is storing multiple values in it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It is also going to have some address. The address is given to X. So here object holding group of values. Object holding group of values. So fundamental data types. Mainly are 5 types: integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Even Python also support complex data type. If anyone wants to work with complex numbers, yes, complex data type is supported. So integer, for example, age 25. Float, for example, height 6.4. 6.4. Boolean, which returns either true or false. Boolean values 0 or 1. 0 means false, 1 means true. String means sequence collection of characters. City equal to Hyderabad. Sequence collection of characters. We say like string. Boolean values T capital, F capital. Height something in decimal int. And complex number, real and imaginary part. X plus iy. Right? This x is real, this is imaginary. But in case of Python, instead of the symbol I, we use the symbol J. Yes. Similarly, we have got collection data types in Python. Group of values, set of values, right? Collection data types. 4 types of collections: list, tuple, set, dictionary. List, tuple, set, and a dictionary. List, see that simple representation given in Python. List by using a square bracket. Tuple using normal braces. Set by using curly braces. Dictionary by using the key value. List, tuple, set, and dictionary. List, okay, example. X equal to list of values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List of values, tuple of values. Yes, Mazhar, right? You'll be getting the video recording. Yes. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50. Example. Tuple, right? Yes. One second. Y equal to tuple of values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, fine. X value is by seeing the square bracket means list, normal braces means tuple, curly braces means set. By observing this braces only, you should identify what kind of collection they are. So for example, dictionary key value representation, name Ajay, age 25, means what is this? This is key, this is value. Collection of key value, this is key, this is value. Similarly, age, this is key, this is value. Collection of key value key value representation. Square bracket means list, normal braces means tuple, curly braces means set. Yes. In the case of a list, you can add elements, you can remove elements, you can modify elements. But those three things you cannot do in tuple. Tuple, you cannot add element, you cannot modify element, you cannot delete an element. It's like a constant. Set for mathematical operations, union, intersection, all this we perform. Dictionary is something which represents data in form of key value, right? So we have got a lot of discussion on this collection data types like list, list indexing, list properties, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. Similarly for tuple properties, tuple indexing, tuple slicing, tuple functions, tuple addresses, right? For sets and dictionaries, we got a lot of discussion for these collection types. In case of fundamental data type, we have got a lot of discussion on string. What is string? String indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. So what is a string? Yes. A string is a sequence collection. A string is a sequence collection of characters. A string is a sequence collection of characters. Sequence collection of characters. Example, city equal to Hyderabad. In Python, a string is represented. In Python, a string is represented. A string is represented using single quote. Using single quote, you can represent a string. Using double quote, using double quote, using triple quote, using double quote, and using triple quote. Using triple quote. We can use any of this. Single quote and double quote. For a single word or a single line, we go for single quote or double quote. For multiple lines, like a paragraph, we go for triple quote. Each character of a string is represented or accessed by a unique index. Each character of a string is represented or accessed by a unique index. String supports two types of indexes. String supports two types of indexes, like positive index or forward index. Positive index or forward index. Second is like a negative index or backward index. Negative index or backward index. Positive index or forward index. Index starts from
0.
left to right. Index starts with 0. Index starts with 0. Negative index or backward index. Index starts from
-1.
yes, -1. but it will start from right to left. Right to left. Index starts with here -1. Index starts with -1. To make you understand about this indexing, forward index, backward index, check with this diagram. For example, x equal to, if anything, if you represent in quotes, single quote, a double quote, or triple quote is called a string. Now for this, one object will be created internally, yes. PYTHON. It is going to have some address, the address given to x. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left to right. This we call it like positive index. Positive index or forward index. It will start with indexing start with 0. If you -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. This is negative index or backward index. Negative index or backward index. What is the value of x of 2? Everyone, respond. What is the value of x of 2?
T.
T. What is the value of x of -2?
O.
All right. So either we can use positive index or negative index, forward index or backward index for accessing a particular character within a string. So single line comment in Python starts with as a symbol. Is not executable. Multi-line comment. Multi-line comment, you can write like this and end with this. This is multi-line comment. X equal to Python. Print x, I'm saying, prints that Python as it is. Print type of x means str, string type. Type of x is str, string type. Len of x, number of characters within the string. Len of x, I'm saying, number of characters within the string. How much? 6. Length is what? 6. Y equal to programming. Print x plus y. Print x plus y. Check it. This we call it like concatenation. Concatenation means adding the two strings. Adding the two strings. What do you mean by adding two strings? First string followed by second string. Yes. X plus y. Python plus programming. Python programming. Save it. Python 6am batch. I created a separate folder. Within this, I'm saving it as str1.py, string1.py. Now observe, x is Python, y is programming, x plus y means first string followed by second string. You will get Python programming. The length of Python is 6. Type is a string type, str. But I want space between Python and programming. I want space between Python and programming. X is one string, y is one string. Between these two strings, I want some space. So 3 strings you are adding. X, Python, space, programming. 3 strings you are adding. Now you will get a Python programming. So we don't need to write huge codings here in Python. We don't need to write huge codings here. We have got various inbuilt methods, inbuilt functions, inbuilt modules available, right? So string providing many methods. Like If you want to print something in uppercase, upper method. To print in uppercase. X equal to Hyderabad. It is in lowercase. Try to print in uppercase. X is your string name. Print it in upper. Print it in upper right. It prints that string in uppercase. Save it. Prints everything in uppercase. Prints Hyderabad in uppercase. Second is lower. To print in lowercase. To print in lowercase. X equal to Mumbai. X equal to Mumbai. Print X dot lower. Printing everything in the lowercase. X is your string. It prints Mumbai in lowercase. Simple, right? Simple statements. For example, X equal to India. I want only the first character I only in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases. Only the first character I only in the
Capital.
yes. What is that? Print X dot
Capitalize.
capitalize. We have got a method like capitalize. Check it. Run it. So only the first character I only in the uppercase, remaining all in the lower cases. What is the method? Capitalize. For capitalizing the first character of each word. For capitalizing the first character of a string. Next, we have got another method. X equal to how many words are there? How many words are there here?
3 words.
Every word, first character I want in uppercase. G I want in uppercase, M I want in uppercase, H I want in uppercase. What is okay? Print X dot title. If you want to print all this in uppercase, title. Now you can check run module. G in uppercase, M in uppercase, H in uppercase. G in uppercase, M in uppercase, H in uppercase. Each and every word, first character in the uppercase, right? What is that method? Title. For capitalizing the first character. For capitalizing the first character of each word in a string. Of each word in a string. Where exactly this title can be useful means, for example, I got some employees names. Employees like Rahul, Ajay, Blake, Miller, James, Ajit, Anil, John. In this way, hundreds of employee names are there. Each and every employee name, first character I want in uppercase. Print EMPS is your string name, dot title is it. Each and every employee name, first character is printing in uppercase. Each and every employee name, first character in the uppercase, right? Yes. we have a method called replace. For replacing a portion of a string. I'm saying Java is easy. Now replace the word X. X is the string. In that, replace the word Java with Python. Replace the word Java with Python. Now what is that? You'll get Python is easy.
Python is easy.
Run module. You'll get what? Python is easy. For example, Java is easy and Java is simple. Will it replace each and every occurrence of Java with Python, or only the first occur Java? Each and every occurrence of Java will be replaced with
Only
Python.
first occurrence.
No. Each and every occurrence of Java will be replaced with Python. We'll get Python is easy and Python is simple. Every occurrence of Java will be replaced with count. To count the number of occurrences of a substring or a character. Okay, hello, how are you? For example, a general string I have taken, print, I want to count of a particular word, hello. What is the count? 3. Print x dot count of a particular character also you can say. Count of a particular character h. Count of hello is 3, count of this character h is 4. Okay, in this way we have got many other methods. So we got upper, lower, capitalized, title, replace, count, swap case, format, strip, L strip, or strip, find, split. So in this way many other methods are available. We'll continue the remaining methods in the tomorrow's class. So
So for example, like if we are having in that fifth one, if we are having around 5 Javas or something, and if we wanted to replace the third Java or something like that,
no, it will
then
replace,
how
this method will replace the entire, we go for regular expressions for that. We have got regular expressions in Python. We go for
Okay.
regular expressions in Python, right? So these are
Okay,
the,
but for the first 10 occurrences, do we have something like a Java, comma, Python, comma, 2 or something like that, so that it replaces first 2 occurrences or something like
no, not like that.
that? Okay.
So we have got more methods. We'll be discussing more methods in the tomorrow's class. Okay. So check with this, right? So if you see, if anyone, 1 second. If anyone, if you missed yesterday's session, right, you can see the videos are given. The video links are given, demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, right? You can see in the chart, a big message is given by the online team, the contact details of that online team, the course content details, the payment details. So tomorrow the link will be changing. You are supposed to get enrolled for getting the link to your mail. So you can check with the course content. Once you can check with the course content, right? Check with this.
So tomorrow the Zoom link is going to be changed, or like
Tomorrow the Zoom link will be changed. So you are supposed to get enrolled for getting the link. From tomorrow onwards, videos you will be getting to your Google Drive, notes you will be getting to your mail, and tomorrow you will be added to that WhatsApp group, and the link you will be getting to your mail. So Python basics, Python operations, you can see that course content, Operators in Python, IDs in Python, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, functions in Python, Python lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions, modules, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions, database connectivity, Python data in time, operating system module, advanced concept, graphical programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Python pandas model in brief, Python NumPy model in brief, and matplotlib. These 30 topics, right? For Python Core and Advanced, I'll be discussing along with the people who wants to go for Python full stack. The Django framework, the project creations, application creation, the Django views, templates, admin, models, and along with that UI technologies, HTML in brief, CSS, and JavaScript. MySQL, right? So here I was saying yesterday, right? So Python Core and Advanced, it will take around 60 to 70 hours, 2 months duration, 5,000 is the course fee. Along with that, people who wants to go for total Python package, full stack. UI technologies will be discussed, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. The Django framework, another framework like Flask framework, MySQL framework, and a project. Event of topics from 2 to 6. This also takes 70 hours, 2 months duration, and Python for 70 hours, frameworks for 70 hours, 140 hours, 2 months for this Python, 2 months for this frameworks, 5,000 for this, 7,000 for this. If you're going separately, 12,000. But if you're taking the entire package with a single payment, it is 10K. And even if people who doesn't spare 4 months time, if you want to complete into 2.5 months, Monday to Friday you'll have Python classes. Saturday and Sunday there'll be some weekend classes available. Means whenever Python means this UI technology doesn't require any Python knowledge. So whenever this core Python is getting discussed from Monday to Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, 2 hours on Saturdays, 2 hours on Sunday, this UI technologies will be discussed. First 1 month, when core Python gets completed, this will be completed. By the time I advanced Python, this will be discussed. Somewhere in the morning, 7 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays.
Do we have this facility for the people who only take Python as well, sir? Like core Python and advanced Python parallelly or in that manner?
You want to take core and advanced parallelly, okay. In such cases, you'll be attending multiple batches. Yes, you can take.
Yeah.
You can take.
Okay. So like what batch do we have for advanced Python in that case? Morning batches.
Morning batches.
Yeah.
Evening batch is available. Means if you want to go one core Python, you go in morning, evening, like you can go with advanced Python.
Okay. I mean like core Python this batch and advanced Python like at what time? What timings basically what we have?
In the evening, you can go at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. 8. Okay. We don't have morning batches for advanced.
No.
Okay.
Means
Got
every batch is going recently started.
Okay.
Fine. So let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. First week it will be at 6 a.m. First for 1 week it will be starting at 6 a.m. but later it will be at 7 a.m. So you'll be getting each and every session videos, soft copy of this class notes, assignments and tasks to work with, a WhatsApp group for technical discussions, resumes and interview questions, live interactive hands-on sessions, and 300 plus code examples in Python Code Advanced, 15 plus applications in the frameworks, and you will also be getting Unix, Linux, shell scripting videos of 120 videos and MySQL videos of some 35. Once you get enrolled to this course, you'll be getting this video access. 5,000 rupees video access will be given of this Unix, Linux, and shell scripting and MySQL, right? So yeah, any other queries you got, anyone?
Yeah. So one more doubt, sir. So for example, let's say if I'm proceeding with the core Python batch at this timing, and if I'm around 8 p.m. Right, what is it?
Advanced Python.
Yeah, correct. So if I'm joining that batch, but if I'm not able to follow, because like that is morning for us here, so we'll be
Okay.
having.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we need to, I mean, like, we'll be having the work during that time. So if I join that Python batch, but if I'm not able to follow up, I can join two batches, right? That advanced Python as well as this. For example, if I'm not able to follow up with that one due to the work or some other
Yes.
reason, I can follow
Yes.
up with this advanced as well. I can do both batches.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. So how can we register for that advanced Python batch as well, sir? So,
So WhatsApp group will be there. You can just ping in that. Otherwise, personally, you can message, right? To get the link for that batch.
okay. For you itself, we need to message.
Yes, for me or for that online team also, they'll provide.
Okay, okay. Got it. Yeah. Sure, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other queries, right? Anyone?
And we'll be having any assignments, like, I mean, assignments in the sense with the Python examples, like 300 plus code examples, are they of the Python examples only? I mean, like for core and advanced Python only?
It's for an advanced only. This for the
Mm.
frameworks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fine. Fine. So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I'm signing off for now. So meet you tomorrow, but check it, get enrolled for getting the link for the tomorrow session. Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.
Thank you. Hello.